Good morning, Big Brother fans. It is Friday morning, August 20th. And Brittany was evicted. Shocker! Sarah Beth won head of household. I don't know. Is that a shocker? Maybe, kind of. But let's cut to the chase here, because I'm not going to talk a super long time this morning. I say. I'm so funny. It looks like, at least on appearances right now, I'm taking you to the end of the discussion, and then we'll work our way back. It sure looks like Kylan's going to have his fingers deep in this head of household, because as I talk to you, Kylan is up in the head of household room with Sarah Beth, talking still, and sure sounds to me, the last I saw, that it sounds like Sarah Beth is going to put up Claire and Derek Frazier. And Claire very well could be the target. If you recall, that's who they said the target was going to be last week when they talked to everybody. When all the cookout was talking, it's like, well, probably Claire next week, at least everybody except for maybe Tiffany. But the consensus seemed to be, as I said, if you polled all of the house guests or all of the cookout, the majority would say Claire next. And here we sit with Claire possibly being nominated in a few short hours, as in, like, I don't know, it's 10:30 a.m. was when they were last week, so if they're about the same time, that's when they'll be. They're going to do the head of household nominations, the nominations early, because then they'll do the high roller comp, which will take all afternoon, and they want to do that after nominations so the people that are playing know where they stand as far as risk goes, whether they're nominated or not. And that's part of this logic, is they're trying to flush powers and all this. These powers, the high roller powers is affecting the nominations in a certain way, is they're trying to flush people and make them use them. But at the same time, it's like, man, I don't know. They're overthinking, overanalyzing it, but they don't know what we know. I'm kind of disappointed, but I think I've stated it lots of times that I'm kind of rooting for Claire, and I'm kind of rooting for the cookout to have some kind of setback, some kind of a challenge. And I thought at first when Sarah Beth was, one head of household, she talked like, I'm going to be independent, I'm going to do my own thing, she told people, I don't trust Kylan, I don't, but now she's been in the head of household bedroom with Kylan, and trust me, he's spending the night there. There's no doubt in my mind. Last I looked, he's laying under the covers in the bed, and she's sitting on top of the bed in the head of household robe. It looks to me, if you were to ask me who has it, I would tell you that it's, sorry, came up on two police officers on both sides of the road with their lights flashing, so it must be a traffic issue up here. Anyways, I'm going to come to a dead stop, I know it. Yep, sure am. All right, we'll wrap this up, and then I will, sorry, it's one of those, oh, look, we're going to come to a dead stop on the interstate. Okay, so, yeah, I hope that Sarah Beth was going to be operating on her own, but she does seem to be heavily influenced by Kylan. And, so it is what it is. She's going to nominate probably Sarah Beth and Derek, unless somebody else gets in her ear, unless she's just totally humoring him, which I don't think she is. And we'll take it from there. I root for Sarah, rooting for Claire, but she doesn't seem to be very good at competition. So it's like, man, I don't know. I don't know what to think. We'll have to see. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I have to say. I don't know. No, you know what? I'll probably do another one later today. I'm just kind of disheartened because I don't want to do another whole week of Kylan running the show. It was a long week last week, and I really think he's going to be just totally all about Sarah Beth and up in her business this week. And I just cannot believe that none of them are even either they see the cookout and they don't care, or they just don't care. That's the only. I don't know how they have not decided that, oh my gosh, we need to stand up to. I mean, they showed it a little bit last night, and here's another thought, and I tweeted it. Okay, we know, because I tweeted about it and shared it, that Derek X and Claire kind of talked about the possibility of a cookout alliance to each other last week. It was the 15th, actually, of August. So whatever day the 15th was. Have they not done that in the diary room? And if they have, why haven't they shown that? Why hasn't CBS shown us that conversation in the diary room about them speculating about that? Why aren't they at least showing us that they're a little bit aware of what's going on, or worried about it, instead of giving us absolutely no clue, giving the TV viewer no clue that these people know anything's going on? Because I think they do, and it's like it's being a bit misleading. Well, shocker. The way the show's being edited to make it seem like the cookout is going completely undetected. I do think they suspect it. I do think they're aware that the possibility. However, I mean, again, when they were talking last night, they think like Claire and Alyssa will never share information with each other. They're going to go at each other. It's like the four non-cookout people that are still in the house are not working together. The closest two that are working together are Claire and Derek X. Everybody else, Alyssa and Sarah Beth are not. I don't care that they were on the same team. They're really not working together. Alyssa is closest to Xavier, and Sarah Beth is closest to Kyland, and that's how it is. They've done a very good job of keeping the non-alliance members from wanting to work or working together. So, I mean, again, a cookout person is going to win this season. There's no doubt in my mind. It's just a matter of which one. Which is fine and great. It's not that I'm bothered by that in the slightest. I just want them to have a little bit of difficulty, and it's just been so. They won't agree it's been easy for them, but I'm sorry, it's been easy for them. These folks have just lined themselves up at the door and said, "Who goes next? Oh, she goes. Okay, I'll wait till next week." That's how I feel like it's been going, and I think it's going to go that way again this week. I just do. And there's been a ton of talk about the third power. I can't even remember what the second power is, or what the second power that they're playing for the high rollers. I just can't remember right now. I could look it up. Yes, I'm just not that worried about it. I just know that it's the potential to change nominations. And the third one is the one that they're most concerned about, which is the equivalent of the coup d'etat. But if I remember right, the way you win that is it's basically the flip of a coin. Someone will get the chance to flip a coin. That's what it is. Someone will get the opportunity to flip a coin, call heads or tails, and if they call it right, they get the coup d'etat power. So it's only a 50-50 shot that someone might get it, which some would say that's a huge thing, and I guess it kind of is, but at the same time, it's only 50-50. Stop worrying so much about next week and worry about this week. All right. Oh, crap. I printed out my list of patrons, and I didn't bring it. Oh, it's on my printer. It's on my printer at home. Oh, I printed out I'll do it tomorrow. Damn it. Sorry, frustrated. That truck is going to blow an engine. It is smoking bad. I'm not in completely stopped traffic, by the way. I am moving slowly, 5 miles an hour. But I'm going to go. Again, I may do another one later today. We'll see. We'll see. But thank you for listening. Sorry, I'm a bit discombobulated. Getting this stuck in traffic just kind of threw my mental game off. But at the same time, I'm also woke up this morning. I mean, I woke up knowing who was head of household, but kind of hoping that she was going to actually act on her own and play her own game, and then turning on the feeds and seeing Kyland in the head of household room. And them basically saying, yeah, Derek Frazier and Claire. I'm like, that's not what you were saying last night. Last night you were saying, I want to work with Claire. I want to work with Claire and Tiffany, who is the Jackpot Alliance. I would like to work with them. I can talk with them the best. And now she's talking to Kylan about how she's putting Claire up. So it's like, I don't know. Just not crazy about Kylan basically running this. I mean, he's talking to her about what we need to do. That's not how you defer to someone else. He may say it's your head of household, but then he says, but this is what we need to do. So, yeah. All right. With that, I'm going to sign off, guys. Again, I'm sorry I'm a bit discombobulated. I will let you know what's up when I know it. But nominations should be later this morning. And then the people will choose to play for the high roller comp. But they basically what they do is they give everyone a chance. And if they work like I expect, they set the time aside, and everybody gets a half hour, as an example. I'm not saying it is a half an hour, but everybody gets a half hour to play it, and that way they don't know who's actually playing it and who's not. Does that make sense? That way that doesn't influence their decision. But then again, what do I know? Because I thought last night in the head of household competition, when they told everybody to go behind the wall, I thought they were going to let them watch the competition, because that would give people extra strategy to see who got the furthest. I mean, it was a random draw, but the last people to go got to watch everybody else try and see which route was the best. Now, in the end, it didn't matter, because Sarah Beth was the second or third person to go, and she ended up winning it. But it definitely, to me, gave an advantage to the later players to see how the earlier players went. All right. Neither here nor there. We're going to sign off and wish you all a happy Friday. It is the weekend, thank goodness. I mean, I realize it's Friday morning, but it is the weekend in a few hours for me. I know it's not the weekend for everybody either, so apologies to those of you that have to work on Saturdays or Sundays. For me, I don't. I mean, I do work, by the way. Sadly, I still do work on the weekends, just not in my office. Yeah. All right. We're done. I'm done talking. I'm going to sign off. Be well, everybody. We'll talk to you tomorrow or possibly later today. See ya. Bye-bye.